You did not find this by accident. Something in you went looking, quietly, persistently, the way the heart searches when it cannot name what it is missing. There is a person. You know exactly who. And no matter how many times you have told yourself it is over, no matter how many ordinary days you have stacked between now and then, something in you refuses to believe it. Not because you are weak, not because you cannot let go, but because somewhere beneath everything you have tried to feel and everything you have tried to forget, the truth keeps surfacing. What existed between you two was not ordinary. It was not the kind of thing that simply dissolves because the calendar moved forward. It was the kind of thing that leaves a mark. Not a wound, not a scar, but a shape. The shape of a story that was never given its ending. And your heart, your honest, feeling impossible to silence heart, has been holding that shape ever since, waiting for the moment you were finally ready to look at it directly. That moment is right now. There are 2 signs, not 10, not a list you scroll through and forget. 2 signs, deep, quiet, and unmistakable, that tell you everything you need to know about whether what lies between you has truly ended or whether it is simply waiting. But before we reach them, you need to hear something first. Something that does not get said to people like you nearly enough. You are not too much. The fact that you still feel this, the fact that this person still occupies a place in you that no one else has been able to fill, is not a flaw in your character. It is the proof of it. It takes a certain kind of person to love the way you love, fully, honestly, without the safety net of holding something back. Most people protect themselves too soon. Most people leave before the feeling gets too real, but you stayed. You felt it all the way down, and now you are here, carrying something unfinished, wondering if the other person is carrying it too. The answer to that question is closer than you think, and the first sign is about to show you exactly where to look. The first sign is the silence. Not silence as in the absence of words. Silence as in the thing that lives between you when neither of you is speaking. And that thing is not empty. You have felt it. When their name comes up and the air in the room shifts. When you pass a place you once shared and something in your chest tightens before your mind has even caught up. When you imagine them in their ordinary life, doing ordinary things, and the thought of it carries a weight that neutral feelings simply do not carry. That is not nostalgia. That is not the past misbehaving. That is a living silence, the kind that only exists between 2 people whose story has not reached its natural end. A story that is truly finished goes quiet in a different way. It settles, it becomes still, it stops asking questions. But this silence of yours keeps asking. It keeps turning toward that person the way a compass turns north, not because you told it to, not because you wanted to, but because something in the deepest part of you already knows where home is. And that kind of knowing does not come from habit. It comes from truth. Ask yourself, does this silence feel like an ending, or does it feel like a held breath? Because a held breath is not surrender. A held breath is a body that has not yet said everything it came here to say. And if you are honest, truly honest, you know that you have not said everything yet, neither have they. The silence between you is not the silence of 2 people who have finished. It is the silence of 2 people who are still mid-sentence, still waiting for the moment when the fear becomes smaller than the feeling. That moment exists. It is real. And the fact that you're still here, still feeling, still open, still unwilling to pretend that what you shared was anything less than what it actually was, tells the whole story of who you are. You are not someone who loves lightly. You are not someone who walks away from real things easily. You are someone whose heart tells the truth even when the truth is inconvenient, even when it is painful, even when the world keeps telling you to move on. That is not a problem. That is a gift. If this is landing somewhere real inside you right now, if any of this feels like a mirror, hit that like button and subscribe. What comes next goes even deeper. And the second sign is the one that will leave no room for doubt. The second sign is the dance. You know this dance. You have been living inside it, maybe for weeks, maybe for months, maybe longer than you are comfortable admitting. One of you reaches, not loudly, not with grand gestures or direct confessions, with something smaller, a message that carries more meaning than its words, a moment of presence that is deliberate but dressed in casualness, a reaction that lingers just a breath too long, and then one of you pulls back, and then the other one does the same, forward and then away, close and then gone, present and then disappeared. You have told yourself it means nothing. You have told yourself it is confusion, that it is mixed signals, that it is just two people who do not know what they want. But that is not what it is. This dance, this careful, aching, impossible to stop dance, is what happens when two people want each other completely and are terrified of what wanting completely requires. It is not confusion. It is not carelessness. It is the most honest thing either of you has done in a long time. Because every reach is a truth. Every pullback is a fear. And the fact that neither of you has fully disappeared, the fact that neither of you has gone silent in the way that actually means gone, is the most important thing. People who are finished do not do this dance. People who have truly moved on do not send messages weighted with meaning. They do not linger. They do not surface. They do not find quiet ways to stay close while pretending they are not trying to stay close. But you do, and they do. And in the space between every reach and every pullback, in every half-spoken moment and every carefully constructed casualness, the truth is already there, not hiding, not waiting to be discovered, just waiting to be admitted. Neither of you has let go. Not really, not all the way. And the dance continues not because you are both confused, but because you are both still feeling something that neither of you has found the courage to say out loud yet. That courage is coming. It always comes for people who love the way you love. Here is what these two signs mean when you are living both of them at the same time. The silence that holds a conversation no one has spoken. The dance that keeps pulling two people toward each other, no matter how many times one of them steps back. When both of these are present, when the quiet speaks and the distance keeps closing, it means one thing: this is not over. Not because you decided it should not be, not because you are holding on out of fear or habit or loneliness, but because what exists between you is the kind of real that does not end simply because circumstances became complicated, or timing became cruel, or fear became louder than feeling. Some connections are seasonal. They arrive, they teach, they leave, and their leaving is clean. But some connections are something else entirely. Some connections are the ones your soul recognizes before your mind has caught up. The ones that do not let go because they were never meant to. The ones that wait, patiently, persistently, with a faithfulness that has nothing to do with logic, because they know something about you and this person that neither of you has been willing to say yet. You deserve to hear this, really hear it, all the way down. You are not broken. You are not too much. You are not someone who loves wrong or holds on wrong or feels wrong. You are someone who loves honestly, with the full weight of who you are, without apology, without retreat, without the careful half measures that protect you from ever being truly known. That is rare. In a world that rewards people for feeling less, for moving faster, for replacing depth with convenience, the way you love is rare, and it is worth something. It is worth everything. Whatever is waiting at the end of these two signs, whether it leads you back toward each other or leads you toward a peace that finally feels complete, you are strong enough to walk toward it. You do not have to keep carrying this in silence. You do not have to keep dancing around the truth. You already know what you feel, and somewhere across that silence, across that careful and faithful distance, so do they. You deserve a love that chooses you loudly, completely, and in full light. Not a love that hides, not a love that reaches and then disappears. A love that stays. Hold on to that. Not as a hope, but as the truth your heart has known all along.